What's up everyone, this is Steve from Frame Stoppers Media, and today we're going to be going over the Rode Wireless Go 2 microphone system. This system is packed with a bunch of little features and hidden features that you probably don't know about when you bought it. So I'm going to go over every little step with you guys and show you guys how to set it up right now. So the first thing that we're going to do here, once you receive your package and you bust it open, because the packaging is horrible on the Rode microphone systems, and believe me, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The first thing you need to do is download the app. Okay, so the receiver, the transmitter, everything works off of your computer, so it's very important that you download this app so that you're able to configure and use your Go Wireless Go 2 system. Okay, so the first thing we're going to go here is we're going to go to their website. As you can see here, rode.com. You're going to click on downloads. Downloads is going to bring you to the bottom of the page. Now you have Rode Central for Mac and you have Rode Central for Windows. Depending on what operating system you're using, you're going to choose the correct one. Now, when you click this download, it's going to ask you to put in your email. It's not going to allow you to download the software without putting in the email. So that's pretty normal. So just put in your email, and you could opt out not to receive any information or any updates from new products and stuff like that, and just download your software. So once your software is downloaded, you will now have this Rode icon with the Rode Central app. We're going to go ahead and click that. As you guys could see, I have 2 devices plugged in out of the 3. I have the Wireless Go 2 receiver plugged in, and I have one of the transmitters plugged in. So now we can go ahead and configure our devices by doing this. Now, keep in mind that when you first get your system, it's going to tell you to update. So just be ready to update it when it tells you. They do updates very frequently on these devices. From time to time, when I plug it in, there's a new update available. When I bought this system is at version 1.40. We're already up to 1.65. So they do update these systems pretty frequently. So just keep an eye out for that. So the first thing we're going to do is click on our receiver, and as you can see, the settings for our receiver are as follows. We have our backlight, we have our gain mode, we have the gain itself, we have the mode of the transmitters going to the receiver, and we also have safety channel, and we have a customized button that we could customize on the receiver to something else if we want to. So we also have our battery here. It tells us how much our battery, clock, date, and time. We have the version that we're running, and we have the UID, which is the number of the device, which is basically the serial code. These systems are pretty advanced. They are running off of 2.4 gigahertz digital transmission system with 128-bit encryption and can range up to 200 meters. So these devices have a very good range, and they run on a encryption band, which you don't get any interference, and your audio will still sound crispy and clear. All right, so now the first setting we have here that we could configure is our backlight system. Our backlight system basically is on the receiver, and if you want to turn the backlight on or off, you just press this and it'll turn the backlight off so you can't see it. I like to keep my backlight on. I'm not so much worried about battery power. These things last a pretty long time, and I want to see my levels and see if anything is going on my levels, so I like to keep that on. The next thing is the gain mode. Now the gain mode simply is just if you want to change it to fine or coarse. When you change it to coarse, you only have 3 settings: high, medium, and low gain. If you change it to fine, you could customize your decibels, and then you'll be able to configure your audio and fine tune it. All right, now the mode here is merge and split. Unfortunately, I can't change it to split mode because split mode will record the audio on left and right channel, and the merge will record them on the same channel and give you a safety channel for a lower dB setting to record your audio in case your main channel is clipping, but it merges the 2 transmitters to the receiver as one. Okay, that's the setting on that. All right, and now the last setting is just the backlight button, because it has the power button on it, so you could customize it to either for the backlight, or you could use it for a marker. If you're recording, you could mark the audio at a certain level, and you know that there was a take or something was there or something of that nature. There was a mark there or something. All right, so those are the basic functions, and these are how I have mine set for for my audio. I could lower it down, I could fine tune it. So you fine tune into your settings, into your liking. You play around with these settings, and everything will be nice and easy to use. All right, so the next thing we're going to go to is our transmitter. right? So now the transmitter is loading. We'll wait for it to load. And as you can see here, I have recordings here. Now this is one of the beautiful features of the Rode Wireless Go 2 system. It's so good that you could actually record a voiceover using this system and it works perfectly fine. So I highly recommend it. So in order to turn the record feature on, you can't turn it on by the transmitter itself. You have to hook it up to the app. That's the only downfall to turn this feature on. What that does is, as long as the transmitter is on and you're talking in it, it automatically records audio. No matter what, it's recording 24/7. So how do we do this? We go to settings. As you can see here, we have more settings to work with. Now here's the record feature. Now if I turn this record feature to always, it'll always record audio once the transmitter is turned on. Okay, once the transmitter is turned on, you're gonna get audio. Now you could use it as a backup if you just want to record backup audio, and then you could turn that feature off. All right, and the pad feature is to, if you're, well, they have this accessory that you could put the transmitter on it and hold it like a microphone, and it becomes like a mic if you're doing interviews or somewhere y'all running gun like a news broadcast feature. Now you would turn this to on, and what it does is it lower the level so it doesn't pick up a lot of background noise and a lot of noises. So this feature is not necessarily needed right now, but you know, if you decide to use that extra add-on, which I think is about 25 bucks, now you know that will come in handy for that. All right, and now the next LED dim, it just dims the LEDs if you don't want the LEDs on the system to be too bright. All right, and then the last feature is the button if you want to convert it to a marker, if you want to convert it to a mute, or you just don't want it to do anything. I like to put it for a mute, because in case, you know, somebody comes in and you're talking on your mic, you can quickly press your transmitter button and it'll mute it. It'll mute the audio. All right. So now we'll go over to broadcast quality uncompressed, which is, you can see here, if you leave it on uncompressed, you'll only get 7 hours of audio, and it's like raw audio. Okay. If you switch this to standard quality compressed, then it'll compress the audio. It won't be as raw of an audio file, but it's still great, and you get 43 hours remaining of recording time. If you record a lot of audio and you need that space, you could use standard quality compressed, and you know, you'll be all right. But I like to use broadcast quality because I could always delete these audios, because I want the best quality audio possible, especially if I'm recording on the transmitter itself. All right, and as here you can see, it has your date and your time features, the update, and your UID feature. What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna switch over to the live view. Okay guys, so now I'm gonna show you how to hook up your Rode Wireless Go 2 system and how to use it with a smartphone. So the first thing I'm gonna show you guys is on a Galaxy, and then I'll show you guys how to do it on an iPhone, so that everybody has their fair share no matter what type of device you're using. And we'll get started right now. So before we really start to hook this thing up, I just want you guys to be aware there's a few connections that you're going to need if you're using an Android or any smartphone that's USB-C capable. I do have this USB-C adapter. You're going to need that, and you're going to need the Rode cables that they're sold separately. And I was lucky, I have another mic system that comes with the cable, so I don't need to buy it, but I'll show you what I'm using. Basically, it would be a TRS cable that goes from TRS, which comes from this type of jack, and goes directly to the C port or the iPhone port. So you would have to buy that separately from Rode. I have this connection, so basically this is the part that you need to plug into the smartphone, and this is the part that you would plug into the mic. All right, so we'll plug this into our receiver just like so, and the next thing we'll do is we'll plug this connection here into our cable like this, and now it's ready for the smartphone. So I just want you guys to keep in mind that I'm using an app called ProTake, and the reason why I'm using this app is that so you guys could see the levels of the microphone. If you're not using an app like that, you won't be able to see any levels. And this is why I'm using ProTake, because ProTake will allow me to see the levels right there of the microphone, and then that will, you know, make things a little easier for you to understand when I plug this in. So right now I'm gonna plug in the USB-C cable into the phone, like so. Now you see my levels have dropped. Okay, I didn't turn anything on yet, so that now you know the connection is valid. And we'll turn on our receiver right now. And then the next thing we'll turn on is one of our transmitters. Okay, transmitter is live, and now as you can see, I will talk in the mic on the transmitter. Hey everyone, this is Steve from Frame Stoppers Media. Check 1, check 2. You see the levels are now moving up forward motion as I'm talking into the mic. So it's pretty straightforward. If you want to, you know, use this on a smartphone, you can. It's very doable. So, you know, you could pretty much make a video and record using just a smartphone. This microphone system is very good, and I highly recommend it because the noise cancellation is very good on these microphones, believe it or not. And there's another accessory I just want to go over with you guys since I'm already here. I know it's a little expensive, but you know, I understand, like, you spend $300 on this microphone system and then you got to spend another $80, and I recommend that you get the lav mic system. Now this is the Rode lav mic, right? Now I know it's 80 bucks, but I highly recommend it because plugging this into your transmitter now becomes a lav mic. All right, so now I'll just talk in the lav mic. Check 1, check 2. As you can see, my levels are going higher and higher because I have it close to my mouth. I'll bring it far away and you see the levels have dropped. So I highly recommend that, you know, you get this accessory, you know, because at the end of the day, this is very clear and crystal clear as a mic. But at the same time, you know, if you're doing an interview or doing a video, it doesn't look that professional to have this big bolt clip bolted onto somebody's shirt or something. So, you know, it doesn't look professional if you're doing a professional interview or something like that. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll move over to the iPhone. I'm using a different system on the iPhone. I use Filmic Pro for the iPhone, so I'll go ahead and get Filmic Pro started on the iPhone, and it's gonna basically be the same setup. On Filmic Pro you could actually see the levels over here. I don't have anything connected yet. This is just the raw audio from the iPhone itself, and as you can see, the levels are jumping and boosting up. So again, we're gonna do the same thing. Only thing we're gonna do, we're gonna use the iPhone cable instead. So we have the lightning jack to the headphone jack, so we're gonna use that. I'm gonna connect this up, and we're gonna unplug it from the Android phone. And all we're gonna do now, instead of using it on the Android phone, we're gonna plug it in here to the iPhone. All right, and now you see our levels have dropped down, and now, hey, check 1, 2. I have it very close now. It's peaking out. If you notice, hey, check 1, 2, and I bring it further away from my mouth, and there you go. So this is another configuration where you could just use your smartphone with the Rode Wireless Go 2 system, and you could get some excellent quality audio and produce some great quality videos without spending a lot of money. You know, if you already own an iPhone and you spend, like, you know, another 300 bucks on this, and if you were to get that lav mic from Rode, you'll spend about 380 bucks. So $400 bucks in the budget, and you will have a crystal clear wireless system, and it works flawlessly. So next up, we'll go ahead and I'll show you guys how to hook this up onto a PC computer, and then I'll show you guys how to hook it up to like a GoPro or something, and then you guys will be all set. Okay guys, now I'm going to show you how to use the Rode Wireless Go 2 system on the Mac, and I'm going to show you it's very simple. Now, instead of using any TRS cable, we're not going to use TRS to the jack on the computer. It's fairly simple. All we need to do is turn our transmitter on. Wireless Go 2 is up. Next, we're going to use a C to C cable. Okay, if you're using a Mac Pro or MacBook Pro, newer version, you need to use the C to C cable. If you're using an older MacBook Pro, C to A is just fine. It works the same, no difference. We're going to plug in our C jack here. And we're gonna plug in our C cable into our Mac. All right. And now the next step, all we need to do to get this activated is I'll just turn this on the wireless go as well. Let me turn on one transmitter. Get our transmitter up and running. And all we need to do now is go into our audio preferences, which will go into our system preferences. Let's get system preferences up. And you want to go in your sound. And you want to go to input. And now you can see that I'm working off of the MacBook Pro signal. And as you can see, the wireless go transmitter is being used as a USB device. So all we need to do now is switch over. I'm holding it away from me so you can't hear anything right now. Audio test 1 2 3, check 1 2. Now it's far away. Audio test 1 2 3, check 1 2. Audio test 1 2 3, check 1 2. Now you could also use this for any platform. If you're using Zoom, if you're using Google Meets, or any, you could use it on FaceTime if you want to, but any platform that you need a microphone, all you need to do is make sure it's turned on in here in your system preferences. And once it's turned on, you're all set, you're good to go. Check 1, check 2. And you could now use your Rode Wireless Go 2 system as a USB microphone on your Mac or PC. So it's that simple. Same for PC, you just need to enable it, make sure it's your input device. You could use this on Open Broadcaster, any streaming software, any platform. You could use this Rode Wireless Go system as your mic. So it's very simple, very straightforward. Next up, I'm going to show you guys how to hook it up on a GoPro. Let's get some outdoor action going on. Okay guys, now I'm going to show you guys how to use the Wireless Go 2 system with a GoPro. I'm using a GoPro Hero 8. This is the camera we're going to be using. But please keep in mind that we're going to need this accessory here, which basically allows you to have an audio input jack to input into the GoPro. There's no jacks on the GoPro, so this is the only way to do it, but it is doable. So I'm going to show you guys how it's done. So all we need to do now is put our GoPro in the housing, power it on. And now it's powered on. Now we'll take our Wireless Go 2 system. We're going to power that on. We're going to plug in our audio jack. We're going to clip it in. And then we're also going to put our audio jack in here. Make sure these connections are snug, because if they're not snug, you're going to lose audio. And next we have to do is we have to go into system preferences, and we have to look for audio input output, and make sure that it's select on line in. Line in is our jack here, so that's all you want to make sure is going on. Now all we have to do is make sure our receiver is powered on, make sure our transmitter is powered on, and there you have it. Once you press record, you're able to go in and have a nice crystal clear audio. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, share, and like this video if it helps you. Also, if you have any questions, do comment below, and I'll be more than glad to help you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace. I'm out.